Like, I can do with the leaning out and the starvation wages in the beginning, because they're like, yeah, teachers don't get paid anyway, so learn to live with this. I can deal with that. I can deal with the force to stay awake and all of us banding together, holding hands to be like, stay awake. If you fall asleep, sometimes your fellows homies will pinch you to stay awake, because we all want this. We all want to be in the classroom. We all want to affect that change, especially like my homies of color, who really wanted to be those teachers that they needed back when they were kids. But what I'm not down for is this like harsh, strict discipline kind of enforcement, because I think what worked for me as a kid wasn't the fear of my dad or the fear of my mom. It was their disappointment. The fact that they put the belt away and was just like, well, you're smarter than this, and this is what you do. Let's talk about that. Why don't you explain what happened?
In this week's episode of Professional Development, the New York City Teacher Podcast, I'm joined by my friend Louis, who is both a teacher in Harlem and a New York City Teaching Fellows alumnus.
Like I said, teaching is not for everybody. It's okay to leave. Every April, I'm always just like, I'm out. I'm just going to start coding. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to get my CBD license, my THC license, or I'm going to go back to my childhood dream after watching the big hit of being a contract killer, like Mark Wahlberg, right? But then I think about who comes in after me. And I think about my neighborhood. And like, I've already left Dyckman for Queens. I've already left the Bronx for Dyckman. And it's just like, we're losing. We are losing. For those of us who care about our neighborhoods, who care about our kids, we are losing it because of gentrification. And like, those teachers, those rich kids who can't afford to do fellows, when you can't, if that stops you from submitting that application, like, those kids will teach your kids, and your kids will always be subservient. Your kids will not know how to question. Your kids will be under this oppressive, you're wrong, so I have to correct you, teaching fellow style kind of thing. And it's scary.
To hear the full episode, loaded to the brim with insights from Louis's experience as a New York City Teaching Fellow and as a teacher in the city, and not a small amount of comic relief as well, head to patreon.com/professional development.